What's up, GameLeapers? It's been a while. It hasn't, because we're pumping out content on the daily to keep you up to date with all the Season 11 craziness. This is Coach Eags, hopefully you know me by now, and today we're looking into who has come out on top after the dust has settled from 1023. Who will be giga broken come patch 1024? Well, we're about to find out. Buffs and nerfs for the upcoming 1024 were released yesterday. We made a very detailed video on them, so make sure you check that out. And we're going to be counting down the 10 strongest champions that you should start playing for the upcoming patch. These weapons have benefited the most from the changes thus far and look scarier than ever in the near future. If you want to get an edge on the competition and hit the ground running, this video will no doubt help you out. If you are loving the preseason as much as we are, then please drop a like on the video and let us know down below what champions you think will be busted based on Riot's proposed changes. Also remember to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. And head on over to GameLeap.com. If you want to get the most out of Summoner's Rift, then don't look past our professionally made guides, courses and videos, and I'll also be on there soon, so why wouldn't you? Link will be in the description. Alright, let's get into it. To kick off the top 10, a jungler that you need to start playing is KATARINA. This bad boy is, to put it simply, unkillable as a Darkin and unstoppable as a Shadow Assassin. Both forms of KATARINA synergize beautifully with the new items and item changes, so you can't go wrong when picking the Shadow Reaper. How many of you have ran into an enemy red KATARINA and struggled to get him lower than 50% HP? You know why? Because he's broken. When you start playing him, your healing from your passive, Conqueror and Mythic Gore Drinker will be too much even for grievous wounds. Your mobility, clear speed, damage, sustain, it's all too much to be honest, and that's why you have to get your hands on him. Play around your cooldowns and you will start 1v9ing like no other. Next up at number 9. Guys, it's time to join the hype train and start playing JHIN. Don't you want to be that player one-shotting anyone who comes near you after 20 minutes? Here's your chance. JHIN has thrived off the new lethality mythic Eclipse. Other marksmen have fallen by the wayside because of critical strike nerfs. JHIN has remained at the summit of AD carries. Complementing Eclipse with a Ghostblade and Edge of Night, you shred through the enemy health bars. For those of you who don't seem to have the luck with the best supports, JHIN is the ADC for you. One of the underrated facets of JHIN's kit is his ability to set up engages with his W, especially during the laning phase. If you have a heavy CC support like Leona and Thresh, rooting an enemy with your deadly flourish leads to kill opportunities. Even in lower levels of play, your support will capitalize and you single-handedly win the lane. The Virtuoso will continue to be the strongest lane bully down bot lane in the next patch, so if you want to detonate enemy champions throughout the game, start playing JHIN. Moving on to number 8. You need a top laner to play in 1v9, then SHEN it is. This ninja juggernaut has been abusing the overtuned Barmy Cinder and Sunfire Aegis mythic and will continue to dominate in a week's time. But Riot nerfed Barmy Cinder and Sunfire Aegis. What are you talking about, Eags? SHEN has a top 5 win rate. Sorry guys, I got triggered. The fact is the nerfs weren't enough and tanks are still conquering ranked play. In lower elo, popular top laners like Jax, and we're expecting Tryndamere to get played a heap more, cannot go near SHEN. He is that immovable object. Not only is he a powerhouse as a solo laner, SHEN can influence the map with his Stand United and prevent your bot lane from going 0 and 10 at 10 minutes. It may be a meme, but it does happen, and you can make sure this isn't a reality by picking SHEN. Moving swiftly on to number 7, my favorite number. You want to win mid every game? Is that what you asked? Well, Riot Games has got you covered with 1024 LUCIAN. The most oppressive mid laner in the game, LUCIAN will relish the buffs coming just around the corner. Kraken Slayer, buffed. Essence Reaver, buffed. Phantom Dancer, you guessed it, buffed. If you want to play the Purifier in the bot lane, the most popular support champions at the moment, Thresh and Leona, pair great with LUCIAN. Your early game is the strongest out of any of the ADCs, so play aggressively and don't let up the pressure. If you want to play LUCIAN in the mid lane, nerfs to the AP mythic items and increase in play of melee champions means you can abuse your ridiculously strong early game and have an early advantage in every matchup. Harass your opponent for even thinking about getting the CS, and they will be spam pinging their jungler in no time. Oppressive in all elos, LUCIAN is a great choice for you. At number 6, and this one's my favorite, one champion you are going to want to start playing is Kraken KATARINA. And yes, you heard me correctly. AP Cat will no longer be a thing in 1024 due to the AP item nerfs, and AD KATARINA is going to take over. That's if she hasn't already. You want to know the reasons why she will be mega OP? The Sinister Blade now applies on-hit effects, and not only that, her ultimate now deals both magic and physical damage with each dagger thrown, and this also scales off her attack speed. How crazy is this? Blade of the Ruined King is the first item you now rush on Katarina, and you can proc both passives from your ultimate and lifesteal at the same time. As you can see here, it gets crazier. Ginsu's Rageblade and Kraken Slayer that also grant on-hit bonuses proc on every third dagger Kat throws. She can throw 5 of these during a max ultimate, and look at the damage to the third dummy. This could be the enemy mid laner. If you want to gain elo, Kat is a great choice. Before we move on to the top 5 for 1024, I want to know who you guys are thinking of playing next patch. Let me know in the comments. At number 5, Duskblade Kha'Zix has been left untouched. I repeat, the Duskblade invisibility will still be in the game. If you're a jungler and you don't play Kha'Zix when you can, what are you doing, guys? Well, you might be playing a Barmy Cinder jungler, fair play, and soloing Baron at 20 minutes, but the Void Reaver is just as strong and OP. Tanks nerfed, AP items nerfed, and guess who has been lurking in the darkness? That's right, Bugsplat. The ultimate no counterplay champion, Kha'Zix paired with Duskblade of Draktar and its new invisibility passive is the most impossible thing to play against. His passive and ultimate made it hard enough. Now, one-shotting carries leads to one-shotting the entire enemy team completely unseen. And how many of you want to do that? You will be winning that many more games just off enemy tilt alone. Soaring in at number 4. Who loves crushing the competition with a ranged top laner? I know when I see a QUINN locked in on the enemy team up against my melee top laner, it's doomed. And this can be you, the QUINN that is. It will be even more oppressive in 1024. The buffs will have increased the power of Kraken Slayer, and for ranged champions Eclipse's passive cooldown hasn't changed, or apparently, which is great news for Demacia's wings. Okay, so she works well with the new mythics, why else? QUINN is one of the best snowballing champions in League, not just for top lane. Not only does she have range over popular bruiser picks at the moment, but a blind, backflip, an eagle to fly on, and before you know it, she's killed everyone on the map. That was slightly exaggerated, but she's oppressive in lane, and after stomping your enemy into the ground, you can impress that lead on the rest of the map due to your amazing mobility. A niche pick for sure, but that's another reason why she will be great for 1024. Rarely banned, the sky is the limit. First of the top 3 best champions in 1024. If you want to stomp your way through the top lane into the enemy nexus, who better to pick than SION? Oh yeah, another tanky top laner, who would have guessed? Nah. You see, SION is rather dynamic. Of course you could go for a tanky bruiser build and you deal a bunch of damage while taking little, but why wouldn't you go for a lethality build with Prowler's Claw? The AD is increasing, and the Sand Swipe active works with his passive. So yeah, you can become a dashing frenzied murder machine. Against low mobility champions, how are they going to escape from you? They can't, and neither will their LP. Take it from them. Serpent's Fang is also getting buffed, so if you find yourself fighting a bunch of shielded champions next patch, cut through them with the Fang. Compared to Malphite, who gets banned every 3 games in low elo, SION isn't even touched. So start playing the Undead Juggernaut. Who knew running it down could be so rewarding? The number 2 spot. If you are a fan of tank junglers, NUNU and WILLUMP should be your choice of jungler. Why? He can solo Baron at 20 minutes. Waddle over to the pit, place down a control ward, and a minute later you have Baron buff and you win the game. The Sunfire Aegis mythic is still way too powerful on the boy and his Yeti. Amumu is receiving nerfs, and NUNU is the next best Barmy Cinder abuser. He boasts one of the top win percentages in the game and has everything you want as a jungler. Clear speed, good gank potential, sustain, not to mention he can now get in the face of aggressive junglers like Graves and Kindred because of the overpowered Sunfire Aegis. NUNU is one of the best noob-friendly champions in the game, so for those of you in lower elos, and I mean no offense by this, do not stress yourselves out by playing a 3-bar difficulty champion. Lock in NUNU. Here it is, the moment we've been waiting for. At number 1, the champion you need to be playing most in 1024 is VAYNE. And why is that, you ask? The changes in 1024 are going to make VAYNE the best ADC in the game. Her synergy with the new and updated items like Kraken Slayer and Ginsu's Rageblade is powerful enough, and guess what? Her go-to mythic is getting buffed. That's right, the Slayer that we love and hate depending on what champion we play is receiving some juice, as is Phantom Dancer, a low-key great item on the Night Hunter. PD will be even more viable because Blade of the Ruined King is getting nerfed. The buff PD is 500 gold cheaper and is a fantastic alternative. Look at the damage she dishes out in this patch. This will be off chops in a week's time. Also, aren't you guys sick of playing against Jins? Well, VAYNE is his biggest counter. Now is as good a time as any to unleash your inner Gosu and make the highlight reel plays. Guys, that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it informative. I had a blast. Please leave a like to help it get out there. Any questions or general thoughts, feel free to leave a comment down below. And don't close your browser without checking out our website, GameLeap.com. If you are serious about maximizing your potential in Summoner's Rift, then look no further. One of the premier sites offering you instructive content to help you be the best. This has been Coach Cheeks. Until next time, peace.